Hello everyone, welcome back to the course. In the previous videos, we have talked about what is continuous integration, what is continuous delivery, and what is continuous deployment. Here in this video, we will discuss what exactly pipeline is. So before we actually implement a pipeline, we are going to discuss what a pipeline is. A CI/CD pipeline is introducing the automative features and the improvement for our SLDS, like our software development lifecycle. Okay, so what it does, suppose that we have got a build, whenever we are developing our code, we wanted to compile, then we wanted to test it, then we wanted to deploy it to some staging environment, QA environment, integration environment, and then we wanted to deploy it to the production environment, as we have seen in the previous videos. We have already talked about those continuous delivery and deployment. So with the help, how we can achieve this basically. So with the help of a pipeline, we can create multiple stages, multiple steps from where we can go to various things. We can also consider this, like suppose that this is the water tank from where we wanted to send up water to the various cities. Okay, so up to here, this is again, let's say that this is the again some small water tank where we have got, we can consider this as a testing environment. Okay, from testing environment, we are going to the QA environment. We are also going to integration environment. Then we are also going to UAT. Okay, so we can also consider like this. So this is a pipeline, and then from here we are going to the production environment. Okay, so that is why our pipe. That is how our pipeline also works. We have some initial things, initial metadata, which we consider our GitHub or our local or any other source version control system like Bitbucket, GitLab, or any other things. Like from GitHub, we are going to send our metadata to the different environments. It can be QA, it can be integration, it can be testing, SIT, or any other environment. And then from there, we are going to send to the production environment. That is what our pipeline is, and it is improving the way that we, how it is improving, we have already seen into the previous lecture with the problem statement as well as with the solution statement. There are also like possibilities, you can definitely do these manual step, because people were doing it manually before. We don't have this concept of CI/CD. They were doing it, you can also do this, but doing this CI/CD is the benefit. We have already talked about, the time is very less. We are going to resolve the bugs within a few like very less time. We are going to uh, collaborate with the team members, and every team member will have their the updated copy of the codes. So these are the few benefits of our pipeline. Now let's talk about what are the elements of our pipeline. So what are basically stages, what various stages our product goes, or we say that our code, our metadata flows from the various stages. So the very first stage is build, where we are going to compile our code. We are going to check if the test classes are valid, if there is any invalid FS class, if there is any class which is needing recompilation, or is there any class where we have some method which are not existing anymore. So that kind of things we do under the build stage. Then comes the test stage. Testing stage is where we do the automation tested. We do unit tested, like we run the test classes, we run the automation tested, like some sort of Selenium tools or any other tools we can have. Then we have got release. Release is something like, here it is saying that we release the code to the repository, but in case of Salesforce, we actually release the code to some higher environment, which can be your test environment, which can be your QA, UAT, integration, SIT, hotfix, can be multiple environment based on the level of project you are working in. And from there, you can do the deployment. Once you are deployed to the production environment, you can again run as a step number 5. You can run smoke testing, where you are doing the complete testing, so that you are making sure there is no issues because of the newly updated code that you send to production. If there are any issues, you can immediately roll back to the previous version of the code which was there. Again, like previous lecture, we talked about continuous integration is for build, test, merge. You build, you did test it, and then you merge the code from the various developers into the single repository. Then you deploy to the various branches for the testing purpose, and then after that you send to the production environment. It is again saying it is continuous delivery, and then it is continuous deployment, which we have talked about. So that is about CI/CD and what are the elements of CI/CD. And this is it for this video. Thank you for your time. And into the coming videos, we are going to talk about how we can connect SFDX using JWT authentication, and then how we can implement the pipeline using SFDX and Jenkins. Thank you.